Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett and thank you for spending some time with me today because in this video, we are talking about some dated interior design trends that are back. This is part 2, some more things that you need to be thinking about for your home, or maybe you have that are on their way back in, and I love that for you. The first one is actually a trend on social media I'm seeing that makes me actually very happy because I like it, and that is murals. Homeowners and even renters are doing murals on their walls in their own homes to create personality and interest and to bring a little bit of fun into the space, and I think that's exciting. And these are happening in a few different ways. When we think of a mural, you think of something like in a kid's room and it's like animals or trees and all of those things, and yes, that is happening. Yes, we like it. We love that. A lot of people think I'm a hater on kids' rooms and I'm like, oh, they can't have any fun. They have to be all of this. No, I want you to put some effort into it and so the kids can actually have some fun outside of just buying some random stuff to stick on the wall. But that's a conversation for another video, potentially. What I'm seeing that I'm really liking and what people are doing are stripes. They're doing stripes on their walls and they're painting them. They're taping out the stripes and they're setting out a pattern for them using multiple colors. And some people are even freehanding kind of stripes and lines so they have sort of an aged look to them. And I think that's really great. And the big reason people are doing this is because wallpaper is back on trend, but wallpaper is very expensive. It's a big commitment and it is very expensive. So not everybody can access that or do it, and that's totally okay. You have to get creative. I always say this to you in videos. Have fun, get creative. If you can't buy it, you can DIY it. Okay, I love a good rhyme. The real fun part about this is that your potential is unlimited. If you have a little stencil, if you can, measure, it's super easy. You can get a laser level measuring device and kind of use that to do this too, to make it even easier. Anybody could do this as long as you can use a basic ruler and a piece of tape. You could create this effect. Now, I love it and I think it's really good. In a lot of areas in your home, people do it in powder rooms, people do it in hallways. People are really loving to do this in kids' rooms though. And that's where I think it really looks the best and looks really good, because in a kid's room, we wanna have patterns, we wanna have color, we wanna have fun. And a lot of people, like I said, will be like, oh, let the kids do whatever they want in their room and let them have the wild. Yeah, let them, but let's elevate it and take it to the next level. And this is an easy way to do that. You can also color block with this to do multiple tones of it. This is also a really good way if you want to use a really bold, impactful, and strong color to actually neutralize it a little bit, because we can do a white stripe and then whatever this bold color you want to use is. So be on the lookout for this, a major trend that it's on its way back, and we all love a good mural. We all love the memories associated with that, and it takes a lot of work to do it initially, but you'll be grateful for it in the long run. And remember, I'm always looking out for you, whether that is in, some of these ideas you could bring into your house, color schemes for your space, how to decorate beautifully, and if you need some extra help, I am here for you. You can always book a one-on-one virtual consultation with me where you can show me your home and I can answer some of those difficult design questions. You can book a call with me using the link in the description box down below, or by going to intro.co/GarrettLeChic. Now, another dated trend that I suspect is back, and this blew my mind, okay? Blown away, could not believe it. I spoke in a video that the video was about like dated design styles that are back. I will link it here and at the end of this one for you, about Hollywood Regency style and how you can kind of incorporate this into your space. And one of the things I suggested were mirrored pieces of furniture. You know what I mean? Like the glam pieces of furniture, everybody wanted them. It was mirrored and it had like a pewter trim on it. I said, you could get a piece like that and paint all of the pewter trim to be a bright brass gold. Okay, that's very Hollywood Regency coded. But after I did that, I was kind of like, you know what? That would look good in my house. I could see that for me. I went on Facebook Marketplace and I, bookmarked a few pieces. I was like, oh, these are potentials. Maybe I'll message the seller and get dimensions on it, which FYI, if you're trying to sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace, like nobody's gonna buy it if you don't have dimensions on it. Okay, like give me a width, give me a height, give me a depth, like basic things here, okay? Make sure you put them on there. But I didn't even have the chance. Okay, like I would bookmark it and like 15 minutes later, boom, sold. I could not believe it. I was stunned, I was gagged, I had no words, but If this is something that's moving that quickly, it tells me that people are after it, people want it, it is back on trend. And this is something I think is really interesting and something that, you know, maybe I'm not necessarily like envisioning it in my mind saying, hey, this would be great for everybody and you should all do this, but it is something that people are out there doing. They're buying these pieces. And the really interesting thing about these to me is, one, like I said, they can look good if you DIY the trim on them and repaint it to be a bright gold color, because I think that's nice. And if you have a lot of wood furniture, if you have a lot of painted furniture, this is a good way to break a little bit of that up. And that's why I thought it could be good for me as a TV console in my living room here. I have like an empty corner I need a piece for, and I thought, that could be cute there. This is something I'm seeing people are snapping them up left and right. They are available at a relatively good price in comparison to what they sold for initially, which sometimes was, you know, like $800, $900, $1,000, $1,200. People are selling them for $200. And so you can get a really good piece of furniture at a good deal. Maybe it takes a little bit of DIY, but it could be something that has a real statement and presence in your space in an unexpected way that nobody is prepared for and nobody's talking about. Another trend, a dated trend that is back that I am here for, I love, I'm excited about, is actually terrazzo tile, terrazzo countertops. This is great. I work with clients from every kind of spectrum of design, and they come to me because they know I appreciate every design style and I can work in all of them, but that's beside the point. But a lot of people come to me with mid-century and they love mid-century, but they want to infuse it into a home, be it a colonial style home, or they want to update a mid-century style home and use this. And I love recommending terrazzo tile because it is so versatile and it's a really good alternative to natural stone. And right now we primarily use it in commercial applications. Like you see it in hospitals all the time because it's easy to maintain and it can be used on a very large scale and installed relatively quickly. And you know, there's not a lot of grout lines to take care of. But if you're doing a terrazzo tile, for example, in a bathroom, there's a big mid-century reference point to that. Terrazzo was first introduced in the 1920s. Loosely, I say introduced because that's when it kind of gained a lot of popularity, but there's always been cement mixes that kind of have this reference to them with like oversized aggregate pieces and quartz pieces in them. It's really cool in mid-century spaces though, because we can get it in neutral variations. You can get different sized pieces of quartz in this material that are really interesting. It comes in tile. It also comes in slabs. So you could do countertops and backsplashes in this. You can do flooring in this in spaces that feel modern, but you want them to have that organic and natural feeling, because this has a light reference to a fossilized style of stone, and that's really interesting to have in your space. It brings a lot of character, it brings a feeling of nature inside, but I specifically like this because it's a man-made material, and it's not like a fake marble, okay? It's not trying to be anything natural because it never was, it never will be. You can get these man-made materials, and when you use a man-made material like a porcelain tile, it has a lot of durability. They're baked, they're fired, they have glazes on them that are very stain resistant. They have a little bit more of a resilience to chipping and cracking, and that's really cool to me, and I like to see it. I could envision this in a bathroom, on the floor, in a shower. You could really go over the top with this because you can use them in very subtle tones, or you can get them in that like atomic mid-century look where they're bright and vibrant colors too. There's a lot of versatility in this material, and that is why a lot of people are really enjoying it and liking it. Also, a big comeback for this is people like mid-century homes, but a lot of times they haven't been updated correctly, or they've been updated in a way that's not sympathetic to the architectural style. And this is a material that is, so when they go renovate it, they kind of like to install this so they get that traditional, maybe not traditional, but classic reference to mid-century design. I think it's beautiful, and it's definitely something worth considering. And I know some of these may not be for everybody, but there's a little bit of something for everyone on this channel. So no matter what your style is, no matter what you like, if you love interior design and beautiful spaces, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button and join us. Become a part of our LeChic family. We would love to have you here as a part of our design loving community as we elevate homes one at a time. So be sure you hit that subscribe button. I would also greatly appreciate if everyone watching could give this video a like. Another trend that is back, it's been dated, it's been out, people have been hating it, but we love it now and we're seeing it all over the place, is actually chandeliers with lampshades on them. And I'm not talking about a singular lampshade style fixture. that's great. It's beautiful. If you're looking for something that leans modern, is simplistic, that's the way to go. But I'm talking about these more traditional chandeliers with arms on them, and then they have little lampshades to go over the bulbs. I love it. I love it. I eat it up because of so many reasons. Number one, this has gained so much popularity because of the cottage style that is back. Right now, traditional references in design are really huge. And this is one of them, and how you can kind of incorporate it without doing something that feels really fussy. And I like the dimming effect that a shade has on a bulb. If you just have an exposed light bulb, you know, like an incandescent candelabra style bulb, even if you have an LED version of that, they're very bright, they're very glaring, you're looking straight at a light bulb, and that's a little bit like overwhelming, gives me a migraine. Okay, I don't like the harsh light, but that's beside the point. A shade is going to dim that down a little bit, and I like that. That's pretty, it's soft, the light is just a little bit diffused, and they project light in an interesting way. They angle some of it down, some of it up. You get a cool reflection on that lighting on the ceiling. Love that. You know, I'm obsessed with great lighting. I also love that you can advance a color scheme a little bit with this, because the shades on the fixture, if you're gonna get a fixture with the shades that comes with them, they're gonna be white. Okay, cool, fine, whatever, but you can pick a different color. You can swap them out. You can literally buy these lampshades in my Amazon storefront, linked in the description box down below, to replace them on a light fixture. And I think that is so great if you really love a cohesive color scheme. If you're looking for a pop of color, you can do this. Also, if you get a ton of these little lampshades, you could swap them out for the holidays. How cute would that be? Like, you know, you could put red and green ones up for Christmas. You could put pink ones up for Valentine's Day, maybe yellow for Easter. I don't know. You could do a lot of different things with this. You can do this on sconces as well. And another big trend when it comes to lampshades are customizing them, wrapping them in patterned fabric. And, you know, that's kind of a DIY you could do. You could have them custom made. This is something super cute and interesting. If you want custom ones, you could DIY them yourself, or Etsy's a great resource for that. If you're looking for some that are solid, interesting colors that are a little smaller, clip-on lampshades, check out my Amazon storefront, linked in the description box down below. Now, another trend that is back and shoppable in my Amazon storefront, and I love that for you, is actually a corner TV stand. Let me tell you what. So many designers, the top designers, will tell you not to put a TV in your living room. I will tell you to use your living room at all costs. I want you taking advantage of every space in your home. You're paying for it, you may as well use it. So adding a TV into a room, if that's what it's gonna get you in there and using it, that's what I want. Let me make that point very clear. Also, I like a big TV because I just wanna see things, like go big or go home if you have the space for it. Now, where a lot of my clients struggle is that, where do you put a TV? Where do you put it that looks good? Because they don't all have massive homes, and they don't all have a natural place for a TV, right? Like, you know, you have a living room, maybe it's designed around a fireplace. Okay, so you centralize the furniture around the fireplace, your option is to put the TV above it. I don't wanna walk in and be distracted from all of the beautiful everything to see a TV. I mean, live your fantasy. You may as well not decorate anything. Just put a chair in the corner, you can sit there and watch your TV, right? No. There's so much we can do, and one of my favorite things to recommend is actually a corner TV stand. And it's typically like a stand for a TV, or you could use an artist easel to do this, but it's about having the TV off center and off to the side. I don't want a big bulky piece of furniture underneath it. That was what we used to do. It was like, you know, you get a corner cabinet, the TV would sit on, you'd have the VCR in the little thing. No, we're above that. We've moved past it. Getting some sort of a stand with legs on it for your TV, and it's not necessarily a furniture piece. This is usually just like a TV mount with legs on it that you can use and put it in a corner. It's a great little trick and a hack to use. Also, there's a renter-friendly version of a TV wall mount you can use where it is a standalone piece. It has like a leg, it's like an L shape. You'll see them in my Amazon storefront, where you can mount the TV on that and put it behind a piece of furniture like a console, so the television is on the wall. You can tuck all of the cords away. It's super clean and tidy. That's something to think about also. If you're like, Garrett, I don't have a fireplace. Okay, I can put my TV on the wall. Make sure you are sitting on your sofa, and you can literally sit there, take a tape measure, measure it from the floor up to, like, you know, the perfect viewing point. That's where the center of your TV goes. You know, you could kind of play around with that number. Just make sure it's hung at the perfect height so you can sit there. You don't have to crane your neck one way or another, and you can see the TV. You can actually use your space, because like I said, you're paying for that square footage one way or another. You may as well take advantage of it. Well, there you have it, everyone. Thanks for spending some time with us today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure you check out this one here, all about some more dated trends that are back. I have this insane little puppy here who also wants you to check out this video right here, all about some dated styles that are actually secretly timeless. Thanks for hanging out with us, and I will see you in the next one.